Hello, hello, welcome everyone. I am Phoenix61. We are in Northern Waters and playing Domination. We are in the British Carrier Tier 7 Implacable. That's how you say that, officially. Pretty cool looking ship, especially with this pink job on it. Yes, the British aircraft carrier. I really liked playing through these. I actually still don't have all the upgrades for the implacable, yeah. I don't have all the upgrades for it yet, so we are still kind of slumming it a little bit here. But the big advantage for these British ones are these bombers. Are basically like a carpet cluster bomb kind of thing. So something to kind of consider is dropping either your first set of bombs or first set of torpedoes right as you take off. Kind of the thought process behind that is that you're not sending as many airplanes into danger, especially when there are so many ships out there right off the bat. So it's kind of something to do early on, because those first two planes will now make it very, very safely back to the carrier and will be ready on demand next time we have to return and take off some more planes. So kind of something that works out depending on the ship. You know, some of the aircraft carriers, the planes restore or make it back better than others. So it's kind of, you kind of have to feel that out and know the carrier a little bit. So I kind of moderately do that with this carrier here. But yeah, as you can see, we were getting ripped apart and we've already lost a plane here. And really, this is the only this cruiser's the only thing that was really shooting at us here. So I am not even going to waste my time with those last two planes. They're probably screwed. So we'll hope they make it back, but you know, if they don't, we'll get some regeneration. So we'll take off with torpedoes next. And if you don't know, you can autopilot your carrier. There's way too many people that don't realize you can do that. So I just went into the mini-map, and I'm literally holding X on the sector that I want my carrier to go to. A lot of people just like to hit reverse and just sit all the way back in the back, and you know, it's not a terrible strategy because you're less likely to get spotted. But if you want to do well and get lots of damage done, you want to keep your carrier close enough to the battle that your airplanes don't take forever to get to their targets. So pre-dropping some torpedoes there. We'll still have 3 sets of torpedo bombers here with the way this carrier is set up for torpedo bombers. And for the looks of it, we have a Iowa class battleship that's kind of alone, but now we also see a Tulsa. The Iowa battleships, both of these guys have pretty good AA, so we're probably going to get them apart here. But it's an easy shot. There's at least only 2 ships, and the Kansas on our team did an awesome job of ripping apart that Tulsa, so we went out here. We might be able to get a second run here before we lose the rest of our planes. We will attempt. Maybe. Okay, probably not. Yeah, we'll send them back. See if any of them make it. But yeah, so now I'm just gonna move my carrier kind of a little bit closer to this island, kind of keep some cover for him. Just kind of always keep an eye on the mini map and see kind of where the battle is like going on and where it's happening. So if you see that our team is breaking down on one side of the map, move your carrier to the other side, obviously. But you still want to kind of keep that in mind. Keep them close without getting spotted. Keep them close without getting spotted. That way your airplanes, you can get to ships and start causing damage to ships way quicker as opposed to flying from all the way in the back of the map. So I didn't do a pre-drop since I've already still have 10 torpedo bombers, as you can see on deck down the bottom right. And then 4 more cluster bombers, carpet bombers, whatever you want to call them. So, see if we can get to this Iowa before he gets taken out, but he is 3 ships to 1 shooting him right now, so it's unlikely. Yep. So I kind of wish I had saved my fighters to drop them, but I dropped them earlier. So this would be a perfect time to drop my fighters. That's just what the other carrier is doing, so he's dropping his fighters right on top of me, so I'm going to try and just speed away from them and hope we get lucky, and it looks like we are getting lucky and they did not chase us. So we will look for our next victim. It's kind of a bummer here because everyone is still clustered together, which just means you're going to lose planes. But ideally, if you really, are trying, if you're trying to go for like high damage amounts, you're going to need to get lucky with ships just being spaced apart just right so that your planes don't get shredded apart, right? So there's some chance to that. So this guy uses his smoke screen. These Italian battleships have smoke screen, but we still kind of had a really good idea of where he was going to be by the time we were ready to drop our bombs, so we still got a pretty good hit on him. And we'll circle around and see if we can't get another drop on this guy, although we are taking a ton of fire at this point. So I am full throttling forward to try and get there as fast as possible. I can't believe this guy got his bombs off. Good for him. We only get one hit on the Izumo. But yeah, we still got a full set, so that's what I was kind of talking about. Pre-dropping is not always necessary. It's really dependent on the carrier that you're playing with. So I noticed this destroyer off to the right, so that's why I am hitting, kind of getting my carrier to move to the left, because I don't want to get spotted by that destroyer, and that is probably his exact idea, is to come hunting for me and or capture Zone B. So we are moving away from him. And I think in doing so, we're probably going to get spotted by one of these battleships down here, but there's not much we can do about it. I still think that's kind of the best course, is to kind of move away there. These battleships are distracted, right? We're going to shoot them. They're going to be dead by the time we would get spotted. Get 2 fires going there. Awesome. So I do have the commander rigged out, since I kind of favor using the bombers. With the British carriers, I have the commander rigged out to give more hit points to the bombers and more chance of causing fire with the bombers, that sort of thing. Just because I tend to use them more. Just because I feel like, at least for me, it seems easier to hit. So we get another 2 fires, and I think he might have used his damage control. So those might be burning for a while. But now we are forced to use torpedo guys because that's all that's left. Yep, and now, yeah, the battleship's probably spotting us. We're getting spotted by something here. So I kind of feel a little bit of an obligation to go at least seek out this destroyer, see where he is for my own sake, and hopefully, I mean, it'd be nice if, my teammates could shoot him, because it's really tough to hit destroyers with airplanes. I know some people feel like it's like, it's your job to go get the destroyers. It's like, man, that's like tough. Like, if I want to have no score, yeah, then I shoot at destroyers the whole time, but... Yeah, so he's here. We'll make the call out to try and hey buddy, friends, kill this guy, but that doesn't always work, of course. So we're keeping over him. He does not have that great of anti-air because none of my planes are even smoking at this point. But I'll try and make a run at him and see if we can't get lucky. Some of the British torpedo bombers do kind of have a little bit of a different angle when they drop. So they kind of the torpedoes, if you have the timing right. If you've got enough time, they will kind of point towards each other, so it does make it a little bit easier. Yeah, you can see it kind of narrows into a triangle shape. It does make it a little bit easier to hit boats that are coming towards you as opposed to trying to shoot broadside to them. Of course, obviously, aiming broadside is still better, but yes. So we got lucky there and got a hit, and we are taking fire from somebody, I would imagine, on that battleship. But since we kind of forced this destroyer to use smokescreen, now we're not getting spotted by him anymore, so now we're kind of safe and sound. So it is worth picking on them and not just threatening. Keeping an eye on my torpedoes, seeing if we can't get lucky. I think he probably stuck his nose out there to try and spot us again so that his teammates could shoot at us, but it's not going well for him. Either that or he's trying to sneak into the B cap to start capturing Zone B, which we will also try and prevent from happening. And yeah, if you don't know, airplanes can spot torpedoes, so if you're a destroyer player, you like playing destroyers and there are airplanes flying over you, your torpedoes might get spotted if you're shooting them during that time frame. So, FYI. So another super early warning system. And I suppose that is another good point of, if you're the carrier, you should go after destroyers because that'll give people early warning spotting on torpedoes. So I'm just going to keep my ship moving at this point in case this destroyer decides to continue to hunt me down. So that's why I'm like moving him away further. I know it's a little bit like counterintuitive with what I was saying before, you know, try and stay close to the battle, but, you know, we're prioritizing not getting spotted and staying alive. That's always more important. And we've also got, you know, we've got 3 zone caps to their 1. So points are ticking pretty good for us in comparison to them, but we are still even on ships. It's always fun when it's just like 2 carriers left. Nothing like going carrier to carrier.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
So I'm gonna see if I can't help our team out and get some defending on B. I'd like to keep this zone capped for us. Kind of help us guarantee that and solidify the win. The other thing you could do too, so I could see where he's at. I kind of spotted him at about the same time that his AA started firing, and it gave us enough time to like sneak the bombs in here. And so we get 4 defend medals, even though it only says 1 hit. So there's some splash damage happening there, which you're not doing. Typically, you're not doing like a lot of damage to the ship, but a lot of times you can get incapacitation. So it's still worth it to drop bombs, even if you're not going to hit them. Because if you can get close enough, you can still defend the zone capture just like that.
In sight.
But yeah, like I was saying, you can if you use your I know on Xbox it's if you hold down the right bumper and then like it's like push A or something like that, you can turn off your AA guns. But so if you're a destroyer and your anti-air guns have a further range than what you're being spotted by air ranges, you know, typically someone playing with playing as the carrier flying over you, they'll see those anti-air bullets coming from, you know, said direction where you are, but not spotting you. But so that gives them a hint on which direction to go. So if you turn off your anti-air, at least until you get spotted, that kind of like narrows your chances of the airplanes hunting you down and finding you and spotting you. So I'm going to continue to look for the destroyer just because I'm assuming my other friends are shooting the cruiser, and that'll be kind of a waste of my time. And yep, they were. And somebody got cracking. Nice job. So I just took the shot. I just dumped them because I was about to run out of time on the drop. It's not a big deal. We got plenty of planes, plenty of time. Now we can line up our shot. We can keep them spotted. So hopefully somebody finishes them off for us if we don't. Getting kind of as close as possible. You know, if the ship's heading away from you, it's okay for them to still be in that orange area when you drop the torpedoes, because by the time, you know, with that ship moving, and then by the time the torpedoes are back up to the surface ready to do damage, they'll kind of meet up correctly if the ship's moving forward. So I'm just doing my best here. This is what I was saying, like this is always difficult because destroyers are so maneuverable, it's always going to be a challenge to hit them. Oh, so close, so close. Alright, one more run at him. I can't believe he's not like taking bullets. Where is my team? Oh, 1 cruiser left. Yeah, so maintaining the zones probably helped us out quite a bit there. We'll end up winning on points here if anything else, timer doesn't run out. Yeah, already got more cluster bombs. So yeah, we did not run into an issue, at least in this game, with being low on airplanes. Yeah, that's kind of like right in the beginning. It kind of makes a little more sense to be doing, pre-dropping, dropping the first set of either torpedoes or bombs, just because pretty much like everyone spawns kind of clustered together, right? So you're gonna take heavy anti-air fire, especially if you're gonna go and try and do a run, try and drop torpedoes or bombs. So our cruiser's a little bit closer, so hopefully we can just get him spotted and finish this game up, and then I'll go through the kind of how we have the commander laid out too here. Yeah, with this with the cluster bombs, yep, we spotted some torpedoes for him again. See, So he's got plenty of early warning there. Don't get hit by those. Yeah, we went on points. We'll see where that stacks us up against the leaderboard. That's felt like a pretty good game. 65,000 damage, tier 7 aircraft carrier is pretty good. Obviously, you can do better, yes. But yeah, that puts us in 3rd place. You know, carriers are pretty tough to play with, so I'm pretty happy with 3rd place. And our key, Fallout Boy 80, got a cracking nice job. 215,000 credits. That's a pretty good take for a carrier at tier 7. We'll take it. We got 2 things completed for my bureau. Yay! So yeah, we are using Dennis Boyd. And then yeah, see, I don't have all the upgrades yet. I'm still missing 2 unlocks for this ship. But the way I've laid it out, so I picked this one because aircraft carriers HE bombs damage is a plus 4.5%, so that's why I picked this guy as an inspiration. And then AA guns firing range. You can never go wrong with more anti-air, because for some reason people like to go right after the carrier, and it seems kind of silly because yeah, all your planes are going to get shot down. But so yeah, I'm kind of prioritizing bombers here on the things I'm picking, and then fully packed for the legendary perk. That gives you, you know, your consumables for your aircraft, so that's giving you the extra like cooldown speed boost things, and then the extra you're getting extra fighters too. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody. Until next time, we will have more World of Warships Legends videos on the way.